After Zhang Yi used Kamui, the copper-armored zombies were defeated with a single blow. Su Chunlei rushed towards the zombie horde with a flamethrower and burst into laughter. Ha ha ha. Let me show you how I'll burn you to death. He wielded the flamethrower proudly, shooting flames forward. This was the first time Liang Yu had witnessed Zhang Yi's Kamui power from such close range. Previously, Zhang Yi had used this ability on the battlefield, solely to assassinate an enemy mutant. Liang Yu was still in shock from seeing Zhang Yi use Kamui firsthand. She stared at him and exclaimed, "Your power now is truly terrifying. I doubt any mutants in the city can withstand your Kamui." Zhang Yi chuckled lightly, "It's just a basic move for me." However, he remained cautious, observing his surroundings carefully before continuing, "It's too early to relax. I believe our true enemy may be close, and we're waiting for his appearance." These copper-armored zombies, while seemingly smarter and stronger than ordinary zombies, were definitely not the Zombie King. If we don't find the Zombie King today, this operation can't be considered fully successful. Killing more zombies, even powerful ones like the copper-armored ones, won't stop the Zombie King from creating more minions. As Zhang Yi finished speaking, zombies began to gather from deep within the tunnels, approaching from both sides. Heavy footsteps echoed familiarly as 3 copper-armored zombies appeared from different directions. They stood there with cold, calculating eyes fixed on Zhang Yi's group, resembling giant, twisted and malevolent beetles that inspired fear. Zhang Yi felt a cold sweat forming. Why are there so many monsters like this? How many are there in total? Zhang Yi's Kamui power consumed a lot of energy and had tremendous force. With his current energy levels, he could use it up to 5 times continuously. However, he needed a certain amount of time to recover after each use. If multiple copper-armored zombies continued their assault, fighting back with their current strength would be extremely difficult. Su Chunlei was so scared that his legs almost gave out and he nearly collapsed to the ground. "It's over. What do we do now? Are we going to die here?" he exclaimed in fear. But the zombies didn't give them time to think. Within moments, 3 copper-armored zombies along with a large group of regular zombies charged towards them again. Zhang Yi's gaze grew heavier. He sighed softly, thinking to himself, "This threat from the zombies is more serious than we imagined, and the entity behind them is even more frightening. Even I may not be able to easily end this battle." He saw everyone about to be overwhelmed by a more ferocious wave of zombies when Zhang Yi called out loudly, "Uncle Vu and Hua Hua, quickly come back." Together, Uncle Vu and Hua Hua coordinated to dismantle the copper-armored zombies into small pieces. After their defeat, the zombies no longer twitched, a stark difference from other zombies. Zhang Yi noted that these copper-armored zombies seemed to be creatures not controlled by the virus. A person and a cat heard Zhang Yi's call and quickly returned to his side. At this point, Zhang Yi retracted his spatial skills. From all directions in the corridor, zombies continued to charge at them with furious roars. Zhang Yi opened a door in front of them and told everyone, "Follow me." After saying that, Zhang Yi was the first to step through the door. Everyone was momentarily surprised but quickly followed Zhang Yi into the spatial door. As the horde of zombies charged forward, they stumbled into thin air, unable to understand why their targets suddenly disappeared without a trace. Deep within the tunnel, the angry growls of the zombies echoed, sending chills down their spines. Just moments later, tens of meters away on the tunnel's snow-covered surface, Zhang Yi's group suddenly appeared from underground. Zhang Yi lightly patted his chest, his face still showing remnants of fear. "Truly terrifying. Absolutely terrifying," he said, taking a deep breath of cold air to steady himself. Though he knew he wasn't in grave danger, the scene just now felt like watching a 3D horror movie, leaving him still feeling scared. If someone else had come instead of him, the outcome would certainly have been much worse. Liang Yu and several others emerged from the spatial door. Initially surprised, they soon understood what had happened. Curious, Liang Yu asked, "Zhang Yi, is this a new ability of yours?" Zhang Yi calmly replied, "Not exactly a new ability. I've just gained a better understanding of how to use the spatial door. Before, I could only open one door, but now my ability has become stronger. Finally, I can open a second door because these 2 doors connect to the same space. I've devised a new way to use them, to create a passage through space." So far, I can teleport within a range of 500 meters. For this reason, he dared to venture deep into the subway tunnel this time. Su Chunlei was so frightened that he sat on the ground, gasping for breath. Boss, if you had this ability, why didn't you say so earlier? Do you know how scared I was just now? Zhang Yi chuckled dryly, I just wanted to give you all a little surprise. Zhang Yi had always kept his mutant abilities secret, even from his teammates, not out of distrust, but out of careful consideration to avoid revealing any information about himself. This caution was his survival rule. His expression grew more serious. However, from the beginning, I never imagined this ability would be so effective. This zombie crisis is much more complex and terrifying than we anticipated. Even now, I don't know how this crisis will ultimately unfold. As these words were spoken, everyone at the scene fell silent. If it weren't for Zhang Yi's new ability, Uncle Vu's voice broke the silence. Just looking at what just happened, even if our numbers were 3 times more, or even 10 times more, they might have lost their lives right there. He continued, because based on the current situation, the number of zombies has exceeded their wildest imaginations. What should we do now? Uncle Vu asked. If we can't eliminate these zombies once and for all, they will surely face relentless attacks from them. There might even be more copper-armored zombies. Zhang Yi also became contemplative, gazing up at the distant sky. Everywhere was blanketed in icy white snow. Zhang Yi retrieved a pack of cigarettes from his space superpowers and lit one, taking a deep, contemplative drag while everyone around respectfully gave him space, understanding his tension. After a while, Zhang Yi spoke slowly. Regardless, we must deal with this issue quickly. We cannot allow these zombies the opportunity to develop further. They instill fear in us all. Uncle Vu asked skeptically, you don't seem very optimistic. Do you have a plan? After pondering for a moment, Zhang Yi regained his composure and handed a cigarette to Su Chunlei. Neither Su Chunlei nor Liang Yu smoked, so it was just him and Uncle Vu who took a drag. Zhang Yi addressed everyone, if our goal is to eliminate these zombies, it's not as difficult as we might think. No longer hiding anything, he shared his idea. Currently, I have a plan. This railway area isn't overly complex, it's a single track passing through, and these zombies typically hibernate in the tunnels. Although the virus is sensitive to cold, it can't survive in extreme cold outdoors. Therefore, when the zombies are dormant, we can deduce they're all hiding in the tunnels. We don't have enough explosives to completely destroy the railway line, but there's something that can be more useful than explosives at this moment. Everyone looked at Zhang Yi eagerly, prompting him to continue. He took another deep breath and said, that something is seawater. The rivers of freshwater have completely frozen over, but the deep-sea areas with high salt content haven't. I need to advance to a deep-sea area to use my spatial ability to extract a large amount of seawater. Then, I'll flood the entire subway tunnel. Upon hearing Zhang Yi's plan, everyone's eyes lit up. Liang Yu applauded and exclaimed, excellent. This plan is truly ingenious. She continued, the subway tunnel is just a one-way passage. By sealing off both ends, it will become a blocked mountain pass. Your spatial ability can contain a vast amount of seawater, enough to flood the entire tunnel. With such depth underground, any rats and zombies inside will surely be submerged. Zhang Yi nodded in agreement, his expression now resolute as he prepared mentally for the task ahead. At least this can solve most of the problem. If the zombie king is still alive, I'm afraid it will have to endure being half alive and half dead. In the worst case, they can't continue hiding in the tunnels. Liang Yu's explanation excited Uncle Vu and Su Chunlei as well. Su Chunlei got up from the ground excitedly and said, still boss. Your space superpowers is truly powerful. Uncle Vu praised with admiration, I still think Zhang Yi is the smartest. Even though each of us has superpowers, Zhang Yi is the one who uses it most effectively. Hua Hua chimed in agreement beside them. Zhang Yi just chuckled lightly. This plan is just my rough idea. Its execution will require more preparation. There's an important issue, we need to return home. Zhang Yi retrieved a snowmobile from his mutant space. Let's go. The sooner we implement this plan, the better. We need to speed up. We can't let those zombies continue to develop.